Hello and welcome to the e-learning lab. Today I'll be showing you how to create a quiz for an existing course module on the e-learning lab platform. So to get started, you need to log in as a staff user, and then from the admin panel, you'll simply navigate to the Django admin page. From here, you'll navigate down to the quiz section and click on the add a quiz here, or click on add a quiz from this button. Once you click there, you'll be prompted with a form to create your quiz. The first field is to select the course that the quiz is going to correspond to. Then you'll have a name for that quiz, a description for it, maybe what it's about, other details that a student may need to know before taking the quiz. Then you'll declare a friendly user URL so that the site has a way to go to the quiz in an easy way. Following the URL, we have category. So if you want to declare a specific category for the quiz, whether it's general knowledge, some specific topic, or whatever kind of concept you're trying to get across with the use of the quiz, you'll select it here. Following the category, you can select if the questions are displayed in a random order or not. I recommend that they are displayed in a random order. This just makes students less likely to rely on memorization and more likely to focus on understanding the concepts rather than memorizing the order that questions are presented and the answers that the order that the answers are presented as well. Following the random order, we have a field for max questions. This means that you can choose between a set of, let's say, 30 questions, and you only want to display 20 random of them. So if you specify that you only want 20 questions, it'll take a random pool, random set from the pool of 30 questions that are available. So this ensures that the quizzes each time you take them are slightly different. Different questions are getting asked each time a student is taking it, and it just adds more variation to the quiz that a student will be taking. Following the max questions, we have answers at the end. By clicking this checkbox, it ensures that the answers for the quiz will be shown at the end with the results. If it is unchecked, answers will be shown immediately after completing one question. So immediately after answering and submitting that question, you'll be prompted with the result of your answer as well as what the correct answer was. Following the answers at the end, we have this exam paper field. This corresponds to whether the exam will be recorded or not. We recommend that all exams be recorded to show that the users have completed something and to have data stored for them. That just seems to be the most logical option, but if there is ever a need to not store their data, that is an option to unclick it and not store their data for that quiz. Following the exam paper, we can specify whether we want students to only be able to choose to do the quiz once or simply allow them to make multiple attempts. We recommend just multiple attempts. However, if you need to do single attempt, that option is there. Following, we have some more fields related to the questions and the score of the overall exam. So right now you can specify the exam score that is needed to pass the exam, and then add a success test if they meet or exceed that mark, or a failure if they fall short of it. And these will just be comments to the student about whether they did well, whether they need to improve, maybe focus more on some specific concepts before taking the quiz again. Finally, we have this draft feature which enables only staff to see this quiz in the see the quiz and take the quiz in order if you want to test it beforehand or something like that. That is an option before you deploy it for all students to use. Finally, we have a section for questions where you can directly add from here onto the quiz when you create them. So this will just be a list of all the questions available, and then we will simply be able to click on one and add it over. And that is the basic idea behind the quiz creation. Moving on, I will talk about the question creation process. Okay, moving on to the question creation process. We are back in the admin page. Right now we have a few different forms of questions: essay style, multiple choice, and true and false questions. So in order to create a question, we simply need to navigate to the particular form of the question we want. Let's say, for instance, we want to add a multiple choice question to a quiz. Simply click on the Add button, and you're prompted with another form to fill out. So right here, you can enter your question, which will be displayed to students before they select their answer. So you can add whatever question you so desire to display, and then following that, there's a category if you want to specify what specific concept this question is covering, as well as subcategory if you so choose to. Following that, you can choose to add a figure if you so choose, so decide, whether that be a pie chart, graphs, any kind of visual display that would help for to convey a question or help answer the problem that is set forth to the student here. You'll click simply choose a file to display. Following this, you can assign the question to a quiz from here directly. So there's two options to add to a quiz. You can add directly from the quiz itself, any questions you want, or you can directly add the quiz, the question that you have created to the quiz. Following that addition process, we have the example explanation part. So you can explain what the answer was and why it was correct beneath it, so that when the answers are displayed, students will understand why their answer was correct or incorrect, and learn from their experience. Finally, we have the form for answers as well as answer order. This enables you to show it the order just normally, or if randomized, it is up to you. If you're labeling it with letters for your answers, we recommend you not randomize it. But otherwise, if you're just selecting one, you can just choose to add it as a random question order. From here, we add the content of our answers. So this, as a multiple choice, requires three answer selections, and then you also have to mark which one is correct. And that is simply an example of the question addition process. Moving on, I will show you what the quiz looks like and how we can take it as a student going forward. So we are back in the admin site. Now I will show you a quiz that has been made previously. So this is a cyber safety test with all the fields filled out. So this is for the cybersecurity awareness course. It has a title, a description, user-friendly URL. Questions are displayed in random order, answers at the end, and the score will be recorded. Finally, we have a pass mark at 65%. We have a success text and a fail text for students. And then we have all the questions already added to the field. So we can move them back and forth simply by clicking on the one question that we want to add, and it will be added. All right, now moving on to the actual taking of the exam. If we go into our courses, and navigate to the cybersecurity awareness course. We can navigate to our assessments in the left-hand panel as a course link. And once we get here, we'll be able to see all the quizzes that are available. And then from here, if we click on this View Quiz Details, it'll show us the name of the quiz, any category it falls under, and then a little description about it. And from here, we can take our quiz. So by taking this quiz, you'll be prompted with a question and answers, as well as the question category and how many questions you are the question position you're at out of the total. So from here, I'll simply just answer random questions going forward, and it will show you at the end the results. I shall All right, as we're coming up to the end of this quiz, we have 2 questions left, so this is the final question. So after answering the final question as a student, you'll be given your results. So assessment results for your quiz, it'll tell you how many have been answered correctly out of the total, as well as the percentage that was scored. And then it will say that success text or the fail text. So right now I got a very low score, so it is saying good try. I recommend you study up to improve your grade even more. And then beneath that, it shows you a section to review your questions and try again for the future. So in this section, it'll display the quiz question, as well as any what your answer was, the correct answer, and then any explanation that you as a teacher may have added. And from there, that is how a quiz is taken. You go to the end, and you can click a button down here to return to your courses, and that is the process of taking an exam.